It is so good to be home in the Dome. We expect about 40,000 people to be joining us here tonight, and we're delighted that you're joining us at home as well. 2nd and 10 from the 21. Small in motion again. They reverse it to Small. Small has turned the corner and has a short gain up close to the 25-yard line. You'll recall, after 3 minutes, a scoreless game in the first quarter, 3rd and 6 from the 25. Bears bring 4. Everett, there's a completion. That's Lusk into Bear territory, and he's running away with it. Look at Hank Lusk. The rookie find is going to be dropped, I think, at the 1. Henry inside the 1-yard line. Small goes in motion again. Bates lowers his shoulder, tracking to the goal line. No signal as yet.
I thought he got in.
The Saints are signaling touchdown, but they can't find an official to agree.
Well, Mark Carrier's got the football.
4 or 5 members of the Saints signaling touchdown, and it is.
A little late.
Doug Bryant, his extra point is up, and it is good. So the Saints, on a big 72-yard hookup between Everett and Lusk, take it into the end zone. Mario Bates with the touchdown. The Saints with the lead, 7-0 Bears. On the ground again to Rashaan Salam. Again, it's Newman along with some friends on the tackle. Willie, 3rd and 4 from the Bear 33.
It's good to see little Mark McMillan in the lineup over here.
Kramer can't find anything and has to deflect his own pass to prevent the interception.
Locker room for x-rays. It might be broken. We'll have to let you know. Gentlemen.
Saints are missing their top 2 tight ends in Smith and Green. There's a reception by Michael Haynes.
3-step drop.
Saints lead at 7-0 first quarter. Bates again, nothing outside, comes back inside, finds a little bit of daylight to about the 42. Saint from the Bear 43. Everett, good play action fake. That buys him a lot of time. He's going to go deep, and it's going to be caught by Michael Haynes. How did he get it?
Side safety come over, and really he thought he had the interception. Who was that? Was that yeah, that was the other corner. Wolford came over.
The Chicago 9-yard line. They trailed the Saints 14-0 here in the first quarter. Kramer's going to throw a quick out to Timpson. Eric Allen along with Jackson bump him out of bounds at the 2nd and 10 from the 25. Kramer giving it off to Rashaan Salam, and Mark Fields has him along. Always on the bubble as JJ is. It doesn't hurt to draw attention to yourself when you've done something good, and he often does. 1st and 10 from the 34. Here's a good running play by Bates. Good downfield blocking by Small. Nothing. Bears jump off sides. Saints run the play. A flag is down. And look at Lorenzo Neal battle into Bears after the penalty at the 47-yard line of the Bears. Play action again, and Everett has time. Guns it downfield. Haynes makes the catch at the 40-yard line. That'll be a 6-0. Everett, a straight drop back, setting up the screen for Bates. Runs into his blocker, now disengages from that blocker. He's inside the 35.
3 wide receiver set, 1 tight end in the back. Shotgun formation.
Everett under pressure, throws it upfield. It's caught by Lusk. This kid continues to impress.
Very hard to make an accurate throw.
2nd and 10. Mario Bates tripped up as he gets down to about the 26 on what should be the last play of the first quarter. A 3-yard gain.
7-1, and rushing yardage 30-10.
3rd and 12 from the Bear 31. The Saints lead it 14-0. Everett turning it downfield. Derek Brown with a nice move in the open field to the 19-yard line. He's got the first down. After a 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9 from the 18.
Split backfield, drop back pass.
Spellman putting some pressure on Everett into the end zone, incomplete. A flag is down. Donnell Wolford was covering Torrance Small.
And the tight end running a seam. They're going to get the Bears for pushing off.
2nd and goal from the 2. Bootleg. Everett flips it, and it is going to be caught by Botkin. Kirk Botkin with the catch. How sweet it is for Jim Everett and Kirk Botkin. Seahawks 2nd and 24 from the 11. Big hole for Salam across the 30-yard line. Rashaan Salam carry.
And because Nickel is not gotten back to practice yet. Stokes is hurt. And, of course, Ronaldo's not a big defensive end. He goes about 245, 250.
On 3rd and 3, they throw for it with Green making the reception. 3 from the 44. On the ground, Green. And he is dropped at the 47-yard line. Left, Conway wide right. Wet Knight goes in motion. On the ground, they keep it there with Raymond Harris.
Being picked up by the Saints this week, Jim.
3rd and 3 from the 46. Kramer with Turnbull bearing down on him. Completes the pass out of the backfield to Robert. Just everybody operates through the air in that division now. Oh, a big hit is delivered by Wayne from the 41. Looks like he can still play. Kramer going to gun it. Complete to Timpson. McMillan was fighting for the Warren Moon play. Not easy. 3rd and 6 from the 35. Saints showing blitz and coming. Kramer dumps it off to the middle. Conway makes the catch. He's got the first down at the 18-yard. 2nd and 10 from the Saints 17. Bears still looking to get on the scoreboard. On play action, Kramer brings it down. Ball's up in the air. That's going to be picked off by Newman. Newman's up to the 23-yard line. Anthony Newman makes no mistake in the 2nd and 10 from the 25. Botkin in motion. Bates slips a tackle in the backfield, but he'll be brought down after a short gain, short of the 30-yard.
Vikings may be going down, but I think they've got a better balanced football team. I think their defense is better because of Brian Cox and Walt Harris.
Loading it out of the backfield. The catch is made by Raymond Harris. And he's not necessarily with that effort on 1st down. Harris again with a big hole. And he's close to the 40-yard line. The ball's on the carpet. Saints are fighting for it, but it appears to be Chicago's football. Saints final 2 minutes of the first half. Saints leading 21-0. Kramer can't find something to his right, and Brady Smith drags him down. Smith refused to be chopped. 3rd and 10 from the 40-yard line. Saints back out of the blitz. Kramer throwing, completing to Conway for the first down to the 19-yard.
Defensive backs in for the Saints. They're going for the end zone here.
For Timpson, and it is incomplete, but McMillan bumped him at the 5-yard line on the stop-and-go pattern.
Yeah, I think Mark McMillan here.
Pass interference against the defense, number 29. The ball will be spotted at the spot of the foul. First down.
Brings him up on 3rd and goal from the 1. Bootleg. Lots of room. Going to run for the pylon. Nobody can get there to prevent him from doing so. Eric Kramer scores the touchdown for the Lions. That's an ice, but he couldn't get there. Kevin Butler adds the extra point. And with 46 seconds remaining before halftime. First half, we expect to see the offensive reins turned over to Doug Nussmeier, but the Saints will be on defense to begin the second half as Nussmeier, or rather Bryan, kicks it away, and it's fielded on the sideline by Travis Hanna, who stepped out of bounds as he fielded it.
Didn't get anyone hurt in that last preseason game before the open.
2nd and 7, the completion to Timpson, and he has the first down up close to the 18. Steve Walsh until last year when he took every snap. Rashaan Salam across the 20 to about the 25 for the Bears from their 23-yard line. They trail at 21-7. Turnbull coming on the rush, and it's thrown left-handed for the completion to Harris, and he is really drilled like Smolden to prevent the first down. Sauerbrun's punt, he has nailed this baby. Ooh. Hughes backed up to his own 22, 25, 30 a crease, 35 tripped up at the 40-yard line. Tyrone Hughes on 3rd and 4 from the 45-yard line. Everett guns it. The catch is made by DeRamus. He's to the 40-yard line. The 44, 1st and 10 for the Saints. Neal goes in motion. Everett's going to dump it off to Lusk, and the tight end on the screen pass is to about the 38-yard line.
Saints were 2 of 5 in the first half on first down, on third down.
Michael Haynes with the reception and the first down. Nicely done.
To the evening for Michael Haynes.
Bears bring 4. Everett throws downfield, completion to DeRamus.
There's Derek Brown in the backfield.
Bears are coming. Everett's going to gun it over the middle. Haywood Jeffries with the catch, and the veteran takes it to the 19-yard line. Dixon into the game. He split out wide to the right as one of 3 Saint receivers. Screen, and this will go nowhere. To Derek Brown. It was a stream.
Like the Bears are just rushing 3 here. Got 8 back in coverage, and Saints.
Oh, what a hit! Lusk is just creamed. The ball goes up in the air, and this is an interception by Burton. Pushed out of bounds by Brown, and let's hope that Hank Lusk is going to be able to get up from that collision. By the way, at the 18.
Well, with that longer yardage, sometimes you got to take some chances.
Number 24 on the defense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
2nd and 9 from the 33.
Neal and Zellers in the backfield, split backs.
This is Zellers with a lot of room on the right side. Called down at the 22-yard line. Everett looks to throw again. There's another completion. This one to Lusk. Carter. Jeffries wide right. Lusk comes in motion. Quick hitter to Zellers. He pounds the football down to about the 5-yard left. Lusk is in a slot right. Now Zellers goes in motion. There's no one behind Everett.
It's got to be a pass.
And he throws it wide open. Botkin touchdown. Kirk Botkin on this team primarily because of his deep snapping. 7. Touchdown receptions of 2 and 5 yards for Kirk Botkin.
I think that'll be it for Jim Everett as we see Doug Nussmeier warming up on the Saints sideline.
This is Coleman across the 30 to about the 34-yard line. And Everett, their leader tonight. 2nd and about 5 from the 41. Kramer on the ground to Salam, brought down after a short gain.
Bears come back here on the 13, 1 week before their open date.
3rd and 2 from the 43. Salam has the first down. Lumpkin brings him down with some help at the 45-yard line of New Orleans. On top of the Bears, 28-7. Ron Botchin was their roommate as well and has been a lifelong friend of Jim Morris. Maybe he could throw a flag on this play and bring it back. That's a pretty good run. And from the 24. Salam again. A good gain inside the 20 to about the 18.
Night for Alex Molden in his first game.
On 3rd and 9, they keep it on the ground. And this is Harris inside from the 18. Carter resets. Kramer. This goes back to Jennings. Wrestled out of bounds as a flag goes down by Richard Harvey. Behind Kramer. Hughes showing blitz. Kramer checking off. Saints respond. Kramer flashes a 2 at each of his pairs of receivers. Throws it, end zone, and it is caught for the touchdown by Bobby Ingram. A score of 28-14.
Has the same nickname you have, doesn't he?
Which would be
Butthead.
Here's the kickoff that'll come into the hands of Hughes at the 3, 15, 25, 30. Can he turn the corner? Does. 35, 40, pushed out of bounds short of the 45-yard line. 10-30 we would expect. Zellers goes in motion on 1st and 10.
Bootleg.
Nussmeier dumps it off underneath to Lusk. Ball comes loose, and the Saints may have gotten another break as it appears that it went out of bounds.
Lusk has a brand new offensive line in the game.
On the ground, Zellers, big hole. Bowls over Mangum and is dropped at the 42-yard. Play with more of the first stringers to see what he could do, but Jim Everett was having so much fun, he stayed in there through 3 quarters. Derek Brown running hard behind the block of King.
Late flag.
Was inside the Lions.
Let's see how Doug operates out of the shotgun here. 3 receivers.
3rd and 9. Nussmeier guns it downfield. Brown with the catch. Bumped out of bounds.
I think it's his job to lose, man.
He'll get an opportunity here from 40 yards out. Wilmsmeyer to hold. Good snap. Good placement. Good kick. And the Saints add to their lead on a 40-yard field goal by Doug Bryan with 7:44 remaining. They're out on top 31-14. 30-yard line. And the rookie has hit it high, fairly shallow, taken in at the 10. This is Travis Hanna to the 31-yard line. And lecture his team for about 10 minutes.
Michael Baker's from Louisiana.
2nd and 8 from the 33. Craig looks right, throws left. That's a completion, and this guy can fly. Travis Hanna's bounced out of bounds by Sean Lumpkin. Craig pumps, going to throw it deep downfield. He's got his man, and that's a touchdown. A touchdown reception to Jack Jackson.
And we're about 20 feet from the bench, and they get it about 10 seconds later. Welcome to the 90s.
They used to send them down in pigeons when you played, didn't they? Look at this run by Derek Brown, and little Derek Brown is up close to midfield. Brown has carried 4 times for 38 yards for the Saints. High snap from Ackerman to Nussmeier. He brings it down, guns it downfield, and it's going to be intercepted.
Well, that was a good throw by Nussmeier.
Steve Stenstrom, I think, is the 3rd quarterback of the night for the Bears. It is. And he pitches it back to field general. He's got 3rd and 3 at his own 30. Good throw there and a first down. As the completion regressed this badly in preseason.
Of course, they had a good outing against the Dolphins last Sunday.
2nd and 15 from the 33. Stenstrom dumps it off over the middle. Richard Harvey with the tackle on 1-21. This has been a WWL Saints Network television present. But in this final game of preseason, the goals, as Jim Mora has stated them, are to play well, to win, and to keep everybody healthy. Not a groin injury. 1st and 10 from the Saint 21. They open with 2 backs. One of them is Mario Bates. He's got the carry, and he's up close to the 30-yard line. This is an area of the Vikings. 1 as Small goes in motion from the right to the left. On the ground again, Bates again slips a tackle and has the first down up close to the 34-yard line. That's some Saints from their 35. They're moving with the opening possession of this game. Derek Brown checks in and goes in motion. Bates floats out in the left flat. They throw the ball to Irv Smith, and Irv Smith seeing some action in the football for the first time this preseason.
Derek Brown in the backfield alongside Jim Everett.
Jeffrey, Small, and DeRamus. Everett looks to his left, dumps it off underneath to Derek Brown with some blocking ahead of him. He'll be dropped short on the 45-yard line of the Vikings from the 19-yard line. Moon will deliver the football, and again incomplete, intended for Jake Reed. He calls for holding, and he finally gets someone to listen to it. A belated flag is thrown as Mark McMillan was on the scoreless early in the first quarter here in the final preseason game of '96. On the ground, they give it to Robert Smith, and the former Ohio State Buckeye is brought down just short of the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 22. Everett going to gun it downfield. A nice diving reception is made by the tight end, Irv Smith. You know, from the 37, 8:40 remaining first quarter, scoreless game. Here's Ray Zellers with his first carry. He slips a tackle, breaks another, carries 2 more tacklers with him into Viking territory.
That was risky. We had a lot of injuries last year, and they couldn't stop the pass.
Floating it out of the backfield to Lorenzo Neal. He makes 2 people miss, and finally he's brought down as the football goes flying at the 32-yard line. Looks like the Vikings have covered it. There's a number against him and that running attack thus far. On first down, he'll throw the quick slant, and it's caught by the tight end. A very nice reception yard line. 2 backs behind Moon. Reed and Palmer split to the left. Robert Smith gets the call, and Robert Smith has the first down into St. left. Fields creeps up, shows blitz, doesn't come. They fake the reverse, and then they'll flip it out to the deuce, and David Palmer, making people miss as he does so well, is inside the 45. 3 wide receivers, 1 back behind Moon. Saints bring 4. Brady Smith with some pressure. Moon stepping up, and it is incomplete. broken up at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10. On the ground, the Saints stay. Lorenzo Neal trying to make up for that fumble, running hard, staying in back.
Quarterback job in his 3rd year.
1st and 10, Vikings from the 31. Belatedly, Palmer goes in motion. Smith, nothing doing in the middle, is able to break it outside. McMillan trips him up along with Darren Micko, but that's some 3rd and 3, and you made Les Steckel what he is today. 3rd and 3 from the 38. Quick drop and a completion to Ismail. Hughes makes the tackle, but that's a first.
Everything's for TV, right?
Exactly. 3rd and 7 from the 48-yard line.
Blitz.
Saints coming on the blitz. Moon guns it. It's complete to Jake Reed. Reed will be dropped from behind, chased down. The way on the first play of the 2nd quarter. 1st and 10, Vikings from the Saint 37. On the ground, Smith trying to turn the corner, slips the tackle of Newman, and he'll be run out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. Palmer split out wide to the left, Reed wide to the right. Moon will throw the short pass over the middle, complete to Ayers. They had to bring him in when Fuad Reveiz retired. Here's his attempt, and he doinks it off the right upright, no good. 30 to retire unexpectedly with a foot injury. They were looking at Pete Stoyanovich, but the Chiefs beat the Vikings to him. Here's Everett going to throw long, and it's going to be intercepted. Fuller has it, and Corey Fuller, who's come up with a fumble recovery earlier in this half, now at Vikings 1st and 10 from their 41. Hit in the backfield is Smith, sheds the tackle, but is still dropped for a loss. It was Torrey Epps. Saints blitzing. Moon has to deliver it deep, and it's going to be incomplete. And another flag will be thrown. Jake Reed with Tyrone Hughes on the coverage.
Again, no need to interfere because the ball was not catchable.
There was the contact.
They got the contact right there.
The ball's overthrown by Saxon to hold. Snaps a bit high. And this will be good.
God, that should have been blocked.
Archie, look at the penetration J.J. McCleskey has here trying to block this kick.
J.J. got a good rush. You see how he laid out in front. I think when he sees the
Jim Everett trying to get something going. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Saints trail 3-0. Everett, who was intercepted on his last series, hands off to Bates. He's got running room outside with the stiff arm. He's pushed out of bounds as line for the Saints. 9:19 to play. Saints trail 3-0 here in the 2nd quarter. They run the end around with DeRamus. He's got some blocking, diving through the air to the 41-yard line. This is a play they... Zeller's in motion. Handoff Bates, and he's got a big hole. He's into Viking territory. He'll be dragged down at the 41-yard line. Viking 35. Small goes in motion. Vikings coming with the blitz. Saints pick it up. It's thrown to DeRamus, and Lee DeRamus has the first down at about the
6-year player out of Kentucky.
On the ground again. Bates, big hole straight up the middle. He's dropped at the 14-yard line. The Saints head from the 15-yard line. Play action. Everett floats it out. This is Zellers with a lot of room to run to about the 8-yard line. It's a good play by Doug Bryan. Wilmsmeyer to hold. Bryan's 27-yarder is perfect, and we've got a new game. With 3:16 to play in the 2nd quarter, it's the Vikings 3 and the Saints 3.
The field goal. I'm sorry, 71-yard drive, a 27-yard field goal. 14 plays. Nice drive.
Andre Ismail coming back with a world of speed, but look at Alex Molden downfield to upend him short of the 20-yard line. The carnage continued up there with him at quarterback. Under some pressure, he dumps it off to his big tight end, who'll be ridden down by a pair of Saints up at the 21 from the Viking 22.
Boy, he had a great career in Kentucky. Bolden's in for McMillan over on the right corner.
The catch is made by Ismail up at the 32-yard line. 10 Vikings from their 34. Palmer goes in motion.
What I mean by that, I don't think the Saints are going back in there.
Brad Johnson rolls out, going to loft it downfield, and that will be intercepted by Alex Molden. His first interception of the Saints, and back he comes to the 40-yard line. Down through the years covering the Saints. 1st and 10 from the 41. There's a reception by the guy who has been the MVP of preseason, Hank Lusk. 3-3 game here in the first half. Everett complete to Torrance Small, and with a 360 move, he picks up about an additional 4. Ball play to Derek Brown. Derek Brown scoots through the hole and bangs off tacklers to the 28-yard hole. He has hit from 27 earlier. Low snap. Wilmsmeyer gets it down. Bryan gets it up, and it is good. This is kind of the effort that we expected in this last preseason game. Both teams playing was looking at, and we certainly didn't mean to make light of that with that sort of injury. Here's Johnson. Hit as he throws, and this could be a touchdown. Richard Harvey, bad hamstring and all, takes it in for 6.
Well, Richard Harvey, I think he pulled his hamstring on a couple of series. Have some trouble with that hamstring, though. He may miss some playing time.
Here's Doug Bryan. His extra point attempt is true. And with 11:08 remaining in the third quarter, the Saints had their lead. It's now New Orleans 13 and Minnesota 3. That 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line for Johnson and the Vikings. Saints coming with a blitz. Vikings pick it up. Downfield, wide open. That's going to be Kadre Ismail for the catch. And that's what happens when you...
Coaching staff, former tight end, brother of John Kite.
2nd and 6 from the 35. Williams inside the 30 has the first down. Kings. Johnson can't find anything to his left, rolls right and completes it to the 20-yard line. I believe that was David line.
Split backfield for the Vikings. Palmer in motion.
Here's Johnson with lots of time. Over the middle, the short gain to Palmer. He does the rest to the 22-yard line. 7.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Johnson pumps, and it is going to be complete to Walsh. William Strong.
The safeties.
Walsh split out wide to the left. Play action. Johnson guns it, and this is intercepted. Tyrone Hughes back to the 20. He's to the 30. He's wrestled out of bounds short of the 40-yard line.
Well, Tyrone needed to make it.
Jackson is wide right. Mercury Hayes wide left. 1st and 10 from his own 46 for Nussmeier. Nussmeier guns it, and that is going to be incomplete. Nearly intercepted by Corey Phillips.
He said he's a little concerned about his coverage team. He said he'd like to have another thumper or two. You know what that is, don't you?
Nussmeier, under all sorts of pressure, will be sacked. The ball comes free. It's still lying on the turf. The Vikings have covered it. It would appear inside the 40-yard line. Minnesota football. The 36. Johnson under pressure from Stanley will throw it and complete it to Walsh. Good comeback. As you mentioned, they're concerned about their running game. Not much depth behind Robert Smith. Johnson completing it easily to Walsh, who's wide open in the Saints secondary, and carries down to the 8-yard line.
Yeah, I believe one of the linebackers.
And Ismail split out wide to the left. Palmer wide right. Walsh in motion. Saints blitzing. Coming after Johnson. He rolls right. Completes it. But short of the end zone. Down to about the 2. They're going to throw.
And I was wrong.
Williams doesn't get anything.
But they should have thrown.
Torrey Epps with a lot of penetration. Hit him as soon as... And 8 from the 5.
Saints have 2 tight ends, just 1 wide receiver, and an I formation in the backfield. Ooh, almost from the snap.
Derek Brown will have to do a lot on his own. He's capable of doing that, and is rocked as he's out of bounds, and a flag will come in.
He looked at me as if I were nuts and said, of course.
It'll be that time next week when those little injuries don't matter anymore. Separated from the football on a hit by Gerard Cherry as Hunter. 2nd and 10 from the 33. Mo Williams slips the tackle of Jones. Wrestled down at the 28-yard line by 2 tight ends. Williams behind Johnson. On the sprint out, Johnson again has a lot of time, directs traffic, guns it into the end zone, and it is going to be caught for the touchdown by Chris Walsh. Would bring the Vikings within 3. And it is good. And so with 9:43 to play in the fourth quarter, the Saints lead over the Vikings is cut to 3, 13-10. He walks to the sideline forlornly as Klaus Wilmsmeyer comes on to punt it away again.
Jim Moore is having a few things to say to the offensive line over on the sideline.
Palmer from his 39. He's been a busy young man tonight. Runs into one of his blockers, sheds the tackle of Lumpkin, and is bounced out of bounds on the far sideline by Ricky Whittle.
Seems to be no life there, and they just have not got anything going in this second half.
1st and 10 from the 49. Brad Johnson throwing far sideline. Ismail making the catch and keeping both feet in bounds.
Into the second half, Reed was 72 catches last year. Of course, Chris Carter had 122.
1st and 10. Blitz doesn't get there. Walsh makes the reception.
It was hard to do sit-ups too while you were doing that.
1st and 10 from the 17. Johnson is going to be sacked by Buster Stanley.
Bad idea for you to try some of those sit-ups.
When I get to be your age, maybe I'll have to. Here's Johnson winging it over the middle. Scotty Graham, a little used fullback, with the reception to the 19-yard from the 18-yard line. Saints clinging to a 3-point lead. Johnson, lots of time again, into the end zone, and that's going to be another interception. That's Brian Jones who picks it off.
Well, that's just flat forcing it in there.
Regular season, he's been beaten badly by this Viking team, primarily up at the Metrodome. Derek Brown, nothing there. Way too much penalty, and 14 from the 16.
Okay, first down right here.
Nussmeier dumps it off to Ricky Whittle, and Ricky Whittle's up to the 26-yard line. That'll be about tonight, too. Here's Johnson, all sorts of time, complete to Palmer, pushed out of bounds. It gets the brunt of his frustration. On the ground, Scotty Graham with a rare carry into Saints territory to the 47-yard line. Richard Harvey interception and 16-yard return for the touchdown. Here's Johnson airing it out again. Walsh makes a juggling reception in front of McCleskey, bounced out of bounds at the 23. Johnson to stick it in the end zone here and not face the prospect of overtime in the last preseason game. Scotty Graham, big hole, down to the 11-yard line.
Nice cutback last few years.
And problems putting people in the seats. 1st and 15 from the 16. Johnson pumps, can't find anybody, will be sacked back at the 19-yard line.
Well, they've run a lot.
37-yard attempt to tie it up. It's on its way, and it is dead solid, perfect. And with 53 seconds left in the final game of preseason, we have the distinct possibility that there may be more football left to play beyond, with a strong leg to kick it away.
Pretty good kick, about 5 yards deep, but Tyrone's coming out with it.
To the 10, 15, 20, 25, 28-yard line. That's where the Saints will have it.
We lead to Ramus will also be in.
He's in a slot left. On the ground, Ricky Whittle. Ricky Whittle breaking tackles across the 40-yard line to the 43. He's been
one timeout. This is good experience for young Doug Nussmeier. Going to the 2-minute drill with the minimum number of timeouts.
Over the middle again. This is Whittle slipping a tackle, and he is inside the 45-yard line to the 43. Capable of hitting him in that distance. Here's Nussmeier setting up the screen again. This is Whittle. Ricky Whittle again down to the 36-yard line. And to end it,
a good way to finish the preseason.
with 11 seconds left. Oh, is this nicely hit? And it's perfect. 53 yards for Doug Bryan. Arch. This has been a WWL TV Sports Network presentation.
California.